What's going on, everybody? Welcome to CovrPrice Covered episode 11. John, what's going on?
Hey, yeah, this is Comics Covered, where we talk about things on the CovrPrice website and also what's happening in the week comic-wise. I threw you in without me being there, and I'm just like, go for it, Jolando, go for it.
Yep, there you go. What's going on, man?
Not much. Been a good week. How about you? Anything fun happening?
Yes, so much happened, especially new comic book day wise. A lot of good books, some cool covers, some news broke within apparently MCU stuff. We may not be seeing somebody within Deadpool, right? So that sparked a little, I don't want to say controversy online, but yeah, we'll get into that.
Awesome. Yeah, I think there's a ton of fun things going on. This week's giveaway. So every week we do a little comic giveaway. So this one is Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. I don't know if have you heard of this one?
Yes, I did. Did you read it?
I have not read it. No, have you?
Let me tell you that the gunslingers are definitely slinging in this one. It's pretty awesome. It's a good book.
It's this is I forget which variant this is, but this is the giveaway. If you guys haven't read it, pick it up. I read the little preview, and it basically is what a gunslinger and a samurai die, and they're basically in purgatory, falling in love and fighting their way through kind of like different things.
Yep.
Yeah, from Image, right?
Yep. Fair way of putting it, I guess.
If you read it, you probably have more insight than I do.
Yeah. Well, no, you pretty much nailed it. I mean, the first book was very impressive. I really enjoyed it. Now, what was interesting is that I remember Image kind of sharing it within their story on Instagram, and they're like, guys, consider yourselves warned, right? Fair warning. Yeah. And I was like, okay, it's publisher. Obviously, they're going to hype their own product, but it was actually really good. And now we have the second print that is going to be on FOC, or I think it's just passing FOC or on FOC right now. And it's actually an all red cover, which is actually really nice. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
Huh. And they're on what, number 2?
Number one.
Number one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I got to start reading more new releases. I am so busy with all this other stuff that I hear about it and it sounds like a cool story, but I never get into them. So
no worries.
I get into it.
I'm here. We can talk. New comic book day.
That's why we're doing this. Let's do this. This whole thing is just going to be me asking you, like, what's happening in releases.
Yeah.
And hello to everybody in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Happy Friday to all of you. I was thinking there's been a couple updates to the website that I wanted to share before we jump into everything that I think might be helpful. Let's do that real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay. So,
boom.
Awesome. So a couple of things. One is this week we actually launched an update that's making a lot of the grid stuff like snappier. So if you were to go into your new release section or my collection, everything, especially like on mobile, should load a little bit quicker. We've optimized like a lot of the images and like a lot of the load time. So hopefully it's getting snappier, and we're continually, doing that so that the whole site can be super quick. We want you to be able to use it on your phone without any problems, especially at like a convention and stuff. So that's one thing. It's kind of behind the scenes, but you might notice a little snappy noise when you open things because it's that much quicker. You might smell burning rubber. I don't know.
Look, let's just be happy it's not Matt's dial-up internet tonight, guys. John's in charge.
Yeah, I plugged mine directly into the wall, so there's no Wi-Fi. It's just straight, internet power. So it's all good. Also, if I don't know, do you use the collection section at all? Do you have your stuff in there?
I'm starting to do it. I'll be honest with you. I'm the worst at cataloging my stuff because every week it is so much stuff, right? Especially new comic book day. Then you find dollar bin stuff. You go to back issues. Then you buy some wall books. And then you're like, yeah, I don't have time for this, right? So, but when I do use it, the website is so clean, so good. And I love the fact that you can see, what your estimated value is of your collection, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing, right? So this is being updated 3 to 4 times a day. And all you have to do is hit the update button, wait a couple seconds, and the whole thing will kind of refresh with that new thing. But that's going through it and calculating everything. If you go in and actually put in your grade for the comic books, it'll be a little bit more accurate because it'll actually pull that estimated value. But one of the cool things that I wanted to show is we added a while ago this feature where you can say get it slabbed, but we didn't have a way for you to quickly see that. Everyone would be like, well, how do I know what's what? So we went ahead and we're like, oh, duh, that was a pretty good idea. We should do that.
Yeah.
At the bottom, if you open the filter, you can now go to the get it slabbed and just filter basically by everything that you wanted to get slabbed. And then at least you have it all tracked and everything. So that's a good one. Just to have, not to mention all the other stuff, like, you can go in here and search by the comics that you have by grade. You can go by era, it gives you a little bit more fun stuff. Ton of ways to sort the whole thing, like what's your total estimated collection value worth going in there. So that's always fun. Ooh, I remember when Batman Damned came out and everyone was like going crazy.
Bananas. Yep.
10.0s because of the card stock on it.
Yep. But there you have also the cameo of Dylan Brock, I see, within your collection. And that too popped. You remember throughout the pandemic, that one, and then issue 9, that absolutely is nowhere close to those numbers right now. But I want to there's a comment, actually. I think it's Trudry. Trudry, sorry if I botched the name. But yeah, exactly. Digital boxes, man, virtual boxes. That's exactly what, is the best part of all this with the application. Well, with the website, sorry. It's pretty much what I do. And I like the fact that you guys added this, get graded feature where, you can remind yourself you have this book, you want to get graded type thing. Cause I get carried away, right? Sometimes I'm like, I build a box and that's pretty much my box of like what's going to CGC, hopefully in some time, right? Now, being from Canada, let me tell you, it's not easy to get those books to CGC. Well, financially, it's not fun.
I hear customs can be a bit of a troublesome in getting stuff there on time and back.
That's a whole other ballgame. But they're pretty good. I'll be honest with you. They're pretty good. It's just, it's pricey, of course.
Yeah. We sometimes when people win the giveaways, they're in Canada or international. It's always like, oh God, that's a $50 hit.
Yeah.
But the other cool thing that we did overall was in new releases. I know we were going to talk about new releases, but this is kind of cool. It's kind of a no-brainer as well. Back, like, how do you, like, say you're looking at these comics and you wanted to see, let's find one that has a bunch in there. Okay, 21 comics. If you wanted to go back to the series, you'd have to then type in the series and look for it. Now you can just click on the series title and it'll take you to our series page. So you can just quickly get in there and see what's coming out and, what's happening. Yeah. So it's a quick, like, little efficiency thing. But this page is getting a whole new rehaul. And I've mentioned it before, but in about 1 month, I'm really excited to show you guys what we're going to do with this, because it's going to, like, you're talking about like adding stuff to your collection. A lot of times you have like stuff in a series. This you'll literally be able to just go add this one, boom, bring them all in at once. You'll be able to see everything in a series. That's like, you can actually look at an entire series and say what's the most top estimated value, stuff like that. So it's kind of cool.
Now, just a quick question, because I've not tried this feature yet, right? So not yet. But if we were to click that, do we also have the capacity to see the variants?
Yes. Yeah. So that's actually a great point. So the update is in about a month or so. Yeah. It's going to have the same kind of capabilities as the new release section, where you can literally, it'll call out all the variants, and then you'll be able to turn them on and off with a click of a button.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Look at the difference, right? 359 comics, new releases.
And then
83 are just
just to show you. Variants. And that obviously includes the incentives, right? So yeah, definitely explains the numbers. I myself, like, I tend to pick up variants a lot more than I do the main covers for some reason. I'm a cover lover, but at the same time, I'll grab a cover A, especially if it's a key issue, right? Everybody, I think, knows to do such a thing. But yeah, so seeing all the variants easily accessible and you could just select them, love it.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and I think it's just because I know, like, the variant's probably going to be worth more because it's a lower print run and whatnot. But yeah, and plus it's just like, I love the artwork and all this stuff. And then finally, just one other thing that I don't know if this is important to anybody, but we added the ability, if you go to the profile section, you can now, if you don't want to see adult covers, like a lot of the stuff, especially when we're doing a show, and we noticed that, like, oh my God, I don't know if we can show this on YouTube. There's a lot of adult themed covers in comic books, and if you're on YouTube going through a list, you might see some nudity. So if you're over 18 and you'll see adult covers. Otherwise, this will put an overlay just saying like, and you can always come back into the profile section and turn them on if you feel the need.
Yeah.
All right,
let's add the only adult covers feature for certain people like myself. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, Zombie Tramp, of course.
Oh yeah. I mean, not to mention there's all the like we always joke like Power Hour and like all the other comics that are out there that are like, we have teams of people who do good content and they're looking at it all the time, and it's just kind of like, oh, there's a lot of stuff. So if you don't want to see that, then you can turn it off or turn it on. Or in Jolando's place, you just create a virtual box of all of those. And
yeah, exactly. When you're updating your collection after midnight, but yeah, exactly. No, it's really cool. Again, I've been using the website and a lot of the features that you guys are adding are incredible. I know you guys have plans for more stuff too, right? So,
yeah, a lot of stuff's coming out, so it's going to be. I mean, we're not going anywhere, so we just keep adding and doing fun things and stuff, but. Anyway, just wanted to show those. Part of this is just a chance to kind of show a little bit more of the website and get people to know that you can do all these like really powerful things with it. Yeah. But why don't we talk about the MCU news that you were alluding to earlier?
Yeah. So we look, first and foremost, John, I want to ask you, okay, because we got news, guys, that apparently Taylor Swift's not going to be within Deadpool and Wolverine. And my first immediate thought was, is this a swerve? Are they doing this to swerve us because so many people have gone on this? Or are they just trying to shut it down as a fact because of the fact that maybe, people are going bananas. Maybe they're watching and they're like, okay, we need to slow it down because now, I don't want Taylor Swift being swarmed with us, comic fans or whatever. So what do you think it is? Do you think it's a swerve? Do you think it's factual?
It wouldn't be out of character for Ryan Reynolds and all them to do something crazy and just, as a kind of a misdirect.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. It would be cool if she was in it. I think my wife would 100% like adore that. But at the same time, like, I don't know.
Yeah. So my favorite part of all of this, and it's just ironic how it happened immediately after they released that ticket trailer, right? So they've been pumping it. There was a trailer that dropped within the week, and you saw what seemed to be Lady Deadpool's legs, right? And everybody was speculating, like, oh my God, is this going to be Blake Lively or is it going to be Taylor Swift? And like, there were people literally lining up Taylor Swift's upper torso and Blake Lively's upper torso with the legs. And I'm like, man, this is where we've gotten to. And it's just hilarious. And immediately they shut it down. They're like, yeah, so Taylor Swift's not going to be in this movie. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, I'd love to see Blake Lively play Lady Deadpool.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Taylor Swift play Lady Deadpool. I think she literally is Dazzler. Like, she fits the Dazzler character at 100%. So I'm going to say it's a swerve. It's got to be a swerve. There's no way. This has been, imagine what those Taylor Swift speculated comics now of Dazzler and so forth might do, right? If she's not. So I'm curious to see that. And especially since the news. Do you want to take a look?
At the, which one? Oh, at the, since in Dazzler? Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was looking down here and I mean, it's kind of, what do you think, a 9.8? So you can go in, obviously see all the prices for each of the different ones. So back in the day, I mean, back in 2017, the first appearance was going for about $100 pretty consistently. But that's way before any news of any of this or whatever. And it's now up to around $200 to about $200 or so.
Okay.
So it's still, I think it's still going up. And I mean, you can see that, obviously 9.8's the biggest value driver.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it drop yet, really. Well, actually, look, now it was, I'm sorry, when it was first happening, you're going to see the 250, the 219, 225. So this is probably back in November of last year. I don't know. Was that when the rumors first started? I don't remember.
Oh, man, I think the Taylor Swift rumors have been going for at least a year now. Like, this has been madness. So to get it shut down like this week, it crushed the hearts of a lot of people.
That's the hard part of speculation, I mean, if you buy on a rumor and it's like, you want it to be true. I don't know. What do you? Let's see what some people in the crowd here are saying. Let's see.
Yep.
Dazzler Oh, okay. Interesting. True.
I want to see that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Long twigs.
Were they women legs or long twig legs? Look, like I said, they lined up perfectly. I would say the better fitting one was actually Blake Lively. I will say that. So when they had it lined up, I was like, oh damn. But we did see many people afterwards having way too much fun with that upper torso stuff. The internet could be wild, guys. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna let this be, and we'll wait till the movie comes out. And that's another thing, right? Like, I feel like that little trailer didn't give too much, right? But it gave enough, and I also don't want to see any more, right? From now till the movie drops, I don't want to see any more. Let's just get
enough's enough. Like, let's not spoil it or any of that stuff. But when does it drop? It's this month, right? It's like next.
No, so it's dropping July, and I will tell you that the marketing for this movie has been absolutely incredible. Like, whether it be the controversial popcorn buckets that they're going to be releasing, there's necklaces. I don't know if you saw that you can only get if you have a ticket to the movie. Just everything about it. The marketing has been top notch. Now, rumors besides Taylor Swift, let's back up. Since we knew that this movie was taking place, we'll talk a year ago.
Right.
It's insane how many people they're speculating are going to show up with it within the movie. And we did see within this particular trailer, you saw Juggernaut in the background. So yeah.
I haven't seen the latest trailer. I saw the other one, but
spoilers, guys. Well, it's not really spoilers. It's out there. If you watch the trailer, it's there.
Yeah, I think they just have a ton of cameos throughout the whole thing. So yeah, I mean, the whole thing is he's killing everybody basically, and fighting all, which is awesome.
I can't wait to see, especially Cassandra Nova, who we're going to see within the movie, looks awesome. Well, what are we going to see with the TVA, right? Especially with everything happening multiversal. So I'm excited, man.
I mean, it'll be a nice way to clean up everything too, hopefully. You know what I mean? Like, it's been getting a little crowded, a little bit kind of confusing. So, I mean, if this kind of realigns everything and puts us on a path towards, what is it, phase, whatever, then that's good. So yeah, Dazzler, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see what happens. Well, it would be a ultimate surprise if all of a sudden she's in a cameo in it and something, and everyone's going to be like, yeah, I knew it. Yeah. And then all these Dazzler speculators will be happy again.
Yeah, and then the CovrPrice top 10 list that week is going to be Dazzler 1. Then it's going
to be all the Taylor Swift covers.
Every single one that's ever been made.
Well, why don't we jump into what did you want to talk about? We can go into one of the content section real quick. And go into our Shaker report if you want. Yes. But Now, so the interesting thing is, so now we're doing, 3 shows a week on the CovrPrice channel. We got Laura doing the CovrPrice top 10 on Tuesday. We got JB doing the Shaker report. So he's already covering a lot of these. So the cool thing about that is, if you watch that show, you're going to get the Shakers before this launches or comes out each week, which is on Friday, which is today. But they don't cover all of them. So there's still some fun stuff in here to kind of go through. So I might jump to just some of those and we can chat. But I know they covered some of these. Oh, this one. I don't know if you're familiar. Did you ever read any Barbed Wire?
Not entirely, but I wonder if this would fall into the 18 plus because of the title.
It 100% does. But this is a really interesting comic because back in the day, I guess, so this is the story, the backstory, right? Is that Dark Horse used to have the rights to Star Wars, and then Marvel took it over. And Dark Horse was kind of pissed off. So what they said is, if you rip off the cover of Star Wars #1 from Marvel and send it in, you can send in 20, you would get this one kind of rare Adam Hughes version. By the way, this is Adam Hughes, which is awesome to see because he usually does more of like a pinup kind of thing to actually see like the character like fighting and doing the whole thing. So you had to rip off the covers or send in or whatever the 20 of those Star Wars #1s to get one of these. So kind of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel about that? Like there was other campaigns, I forget who it was, where like DC asked people to, I think it was DC, I don't know, rip off a cover of certain comics and send it in to get like a special variant. Oh, what do you think?
I mean, I guess this is their way of, I don't know, bringing people in, if that makes any sense. Personally, I'm not phased by it. Like, if I like it, I'm gonna pick it up regardless. But I just wanted to ask another question. Sorry, because you said it was basically it's a 1 in 20, right?
Well, I mean, it's a 1 in 20 if you send in comics. It's more of like a promo type thing.
Yeah.
It was yeah, you have to send 20 copies of Marvel's new release Star Wars War. Yeah.
So was it the Marvel Star Wars one from 2015? Like,
it was whenever they switched over. So barbed wire in 2014. So yeah, 2015, 2014.
Okay, so yeah, that one. How do I feel? I don't look. Personally, I think it's petty a little bit, if I could be honest. Like, oh, send us that book so we make sure it's no longer in circulation type thing, and we'll give you a book. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. That's my opinion. I think it's
destroy a comic.
Yeah, but it's a great cover. I mean, Adam Hughes did great, but it's just, I don't know. It's a strange approach. It's like, okay, what are they gonna do with that Star Wars #1? They're gonna just burn them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's interesting. This one's now going, I guess, for $250 in a 9.8 graded copy. But they're saying it's a total ghost kind of book because supposedly only about 100 retailers have it because not everyone took advantage of it. So it's really hard to find. But if you're an Adam Hughes fan, which I mean, I don't know who isn't an Adam Hughes fan. He's just such a great artist. It's one to look for.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Kind of fun. I know they covered a lot of these guys.
Yeah, the Batman one is actually cool, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
Which one?
The Batman one. That was news to me when obviously they spoke about it yesterday. I was like, wow, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, there's always these promotions of like, gimmicks with get a comic book when you buy this, when you buy that. So it's kind of crazy to think that, I mean, that somebody hasn't opened this already, or that there's any still left out there, because the market who would see this probably weren't big comic book fans. They were just getting a comic book,
Yeah. But yeah, very neat.
But what do you think about Doom being in Fantastic Four?
So hold on, being in Fantastic Four, the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know for certain?
I thought I saw that casting was confirmed. Actually,
Galactus is confirmed.
Wait. I was gonna. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was down here. You're right.
Yeah. So Doom being within Fantastic Four obviously makes sense. We need Doom within the MCU, especially where we're headed with everything. Secret Wars. Clearly, they're going to adapt a lot of the Jonathan Hickman stuff. So I definitely hope we get to that point. But I also don't want to see God Emperor Doom too fast here, because let's get Doom, right? There's a lot of story about Doom prior to that. Now, do I want to see Doom? Who the hell doesn't want to see Doom, man? He's gonna look amazing as long as the casting is spot on. I'm not remembering. I did see a lot of casting rumors, right? But Fantastic Four, I'm nervous. I'm it's like, for me, this is gonna make or break the rest of the MCU moving forward. I think the Pedro Pascal stuff, the cast is great. Again, you also have to remember that this is in a different time and it is a different universe from what we're understanding as to where the Fantastic Four is going to be taking place. Now, the things that make sense to me, I would say that the Fantastic Four, whatever universe they're in, by the end of the film, they're gonna lose, right? They're gonna have to hop into the main.
Right.
They're gonna jump. That's probably what makes sense here. I imagine Galactus probably accomplishes what he was trying to do within that movie. That's how I'm foreseeing it, right? But when we get to the rest, how do we introduce Doom? Well, obviously, everything that's happening with the multiverse, it's easy to just insert him within the MCU. But I think casting is crucial for Doom. The Fantastic Four casting is great. On paper, it's a great cast. I love the actor that was in Stranger Things was playing Johnny Storm. I think that's going to be awesome, right? But yeah, Doom has to be just well executed. And I imagine they're going to really set the pieces hopefully like they did with Thanos, right? With the slow build, right? We don't need to get him all in one shot. I don't want to just see here's Doom, right? Yeah, no need to be nervous. That's the best cast superhero movie ever. On paper, yes, it is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Chiapet, you know how I feel, especially you. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited. I agree. I completely agree that like you have to keep his original story. He deserves his own movie, and maybe they're going to do something where he's introduced, and then they do another movie to give some backstory. But
yeah,
he is a complex character. I mean, he's got like what super like genius level intelligence. Wasn't his mother like a sorceress? So he's mixing like Doctor Strange magic with basically Iron Man tech and Mr. Fantastic's brilliance. I mean, like that's a dangerous person, right? So
absolutely. Doom is, dude, like, okay, not because of MCU stuff. Like even prior to MCU, Thanos was my guy, and then obviously I would say next on that list is pretty much a tie between. Well, there's Doom and I loved Carnage growing up, so Carnage is up there. I know he's not on the same level as a threat, but yeah, villain wise, those were like my guys. I was like, man, I love these three guys, right? But yeah, so I just hope it's well executed. I don't want them to mess this up. And I have faith. I have faith. I know the MCU, a lot of people feel a certain way, right? Especially with how even Disney is handling things, which I don't want to talk Star Wars, guys. I know how some of you feel about Acolyte, including myself. Did you watch it, by the way?
Oh yeah, I've been watching it.
So
we can get there if we want, but yeah. Well, let's stay on Doom. Let's stay on Doom.
Yeah, we'll get to it though, because I'm curious to know now. You got me curious, John. But yeah, so I just want to see it played out very well. I know how people feel, like I said, with how the MCU is being handled, or Disney and so forth, and it almost feels like it's the fun thing to do right now to hate on the MCU or Disney or DC or whatever it is. But I'm hoping from like this point on, now we got Deadpool coming out. I really hope things start to really make sense as to where we're headed for the next couple of years, because I think that's the main problem, is that we got Kang, we got Ant-Man, we had the Eternals, we had all these things, a lot of seeds planted with no growth. A lot of people are not seeing that long-term connection, right?
Well, they wanted, I mean, I guess Kang was going to be the big bad, but then the actor had all the legal trauma. I forget his name. But yeah, all the legal drama. And then they were like, "Oh shit, how do we pivot from this?"
Yeah.
But Doom is a good choice. I mean, they probably had that in their back pocket, ready to go, just in case.
Well, yeah. Look, realistically, we talk Secret Wars. For me, I always say that the Beyonder is probably going to be one of the most difficult characters to portray. Right? He's wacky, and tacky at the same time. So how do you
wacky tacky?
Yeah, how do you translate that now into the MCU? But I mean, realistically, we've already gotten a lot of those types of characters within the MCU. Like, seeing certain characters portrayed within comics transcending into the MCU. Like, did you really even care about Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Prior to...
Oh, not prior to the first one, but then James Gunn saved the day and made he's so good at bringing a team together, making them funny, making their story each feel unique instead of just like this, band of people who you don't know anything about.
Exactly. Then you get a character like Grandmaster, right? Like it's Grandmaster, but it was very fitting for how everything was put together. So that's why I always say, like, the Beyonder, do I think he would fit within everything that's happening now? Yes. All depends on how it's executed, but clearly Kang being, behind Secret Wars made the most sense, of course, with everything within the MCU. I know Chiapet is here in the chat. We've had many conversations as well over on my channel too, and we talked about, possibly the Void itself being Battleworld, where everything's going to take place. Now, you guys watched Loki season 2. The Void, that could end up becoming Battleworld. That's where everything's going to probably take place. There's so much stuff. Doom makes a solid insert for, especially now with everything that's happened with Jonathan Majors. Could it be that they pivot? I hope not. We saw the Council of Kangs. There's a lot of things that they could do. I think a recasting. Maybe they'll do the Don Cheadle. What was his name? Don Cheadle. The guy who plays War Machine.
Oh yeah, Don Cheadle.
That he's the current War Machine, but the previous War Machine is like nobody even realized, apparently.
Terrence Howard, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I look, whether it's Doom, whether it's Kang, I'm all for it. I think Deadpool's going to be a very important movie and is really going to put the pieces together as to where we're headed moving forward.
Sure. I hope so. Like nothing. I think Marvel, when they first came, like they brought this thread of like cohesiveness to this like kind of campy superhero world that we all love, and they made it serious, they made it funny, and they made it so like for a decade we were learning about these characters in on the big screen, and then it just got like to the point where it's just a flood, and no one could follow it, no one cared, and now hopefully now they're going to clean it up, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think if they use Hickman's story about the Beyonder as Erase, the story would work best.
Yeah, dude, I want to see the Hickman stuff, of course. And it's clear they're kind of lining up to that, right? They take bits and pieces of certain things. Like, look, Infinity War, Endgame. Did they play exactly what took place within the Infinity Gauntlet saga? No, they didn't. They took bits and pieces, right? And they made it their own MCU version, which worked. Everybody loved it. So I imagine they're going to do the same with Secret Wars. They'll take bits and pieces. I want to see Doctor Doom rip the skeleton out of Thanos. As much as I love Thanos, like we got within, the Hickman run, but who knows if we'll get that, right? So we'll see.
I don't remember that. He rips his skeleton out?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely notorious. He like just literally just rips it right out. It's chef's
beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, let's see here. Let's jump back into this thing. Some other stuff that was kind of interesting. So what the Watcher is watching. So our friend Leftros is making a prediction here, saying that the first appearance of the first Hulk, Enkidu, I guess I don't know if that's how you say it. He's saying that he believes this is the first appearance of that character. I don't know. Do you know anything about that storyline or?
Yes, and I remember also when it had come out, there was a lot of, I don't want to say FOMO. It wasn't really FOMO, but you did see a little bit of an uptick at New Comic Book Day. Could this play out at the moment? I mean, we'll see. Obviously, we're not talking about within the MCU. We're talking within comics, but yeah, I think this is a good book to have. If you guys haven't had the opportunity to, pick it up, I'm sure there's still several out there. You could probably find these in back bins, but it was a good read as well, right? I believe the year was 9,500 BC or something like that.
Yeah, it was 59. It was 9,500 BCE.
Yeah, exactly. So there, again, it was good. Worthy of a pickup, at least for the sake of read. I always recommend, guys, if you want to speculate, especially on anything modern, and when I say modern, New Comic Book Day stuff, give it a read, man. Give it a thought, and really, see what you think of it and the potential, especially on those first appearance characters. Like example, I don't mean to open a can of worms, but Spider-Boy, right? Spider-Boy. People hear Spider and then character, they tend to flip out, but I think the character still has potential, especially if it's used within a proper fashion. Like my kids watch Spidey and His Amazing Friends on Disney Junior. So take Spider-Boy, throw him in there. Who knows, man?
Yeah, right place, right time.
Yep,
for sure. Some other stuff. So I guess The Boys is confirmed that season 5 is going to be the last season.
I know.
But the showrunner or the producer is the guy who did Supernatural, right? So Supernatural was supposed to end, and that first ending, I don't know if you ever followed the TV show Supernatural, it was a very good ending. It was like everything was wrapped up, and then the fans loved it so much it just kept going. So who knows? Maybe that'll happen with this, but 5 seasons seems pretty good for this one.
Yeah. So have you had the opportunity to watch yesterday or?
Oh no, I didn't even know. I've been so busy. I haven't even. It came out yesterday.
I haven't watched it. My intent is after we get to hang out. Maybe the kids are in bed. Maybe the wife.
You turn on the adult filter off on CovrPrice.
Yes, on Amazon. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm just a bit. How can I say it? I don't want to say I'm bummed out, but like now The Boys coming to end for season 5. I mean, yeah, I guess kind of fitting, but they're also talking about there's going to be a lot more spin-offs, right? So I guess that's going to carry the torch. We'll see.
That's interesting. I didn't like what they did with
The
it was
Gen
like,
Z stuff.
yeah, the V or whatever.
Yeah, sorry.
I forget what was it called, like college. It was like they were in college and they all had superpowers.
Yeah, it's Gen V.
Gen,
But
there you go. Yeah, yeah. It didn't really stick for me. But the boys, I mean, a great comic turned into a great TV show. Like really well done. Super fun to watch.
yeah, I remember there's a lot of even later prints that come out. Well, not later prints, but like reprints. Like you remember there was the gold foil that came out not too long ago.
Oh,
So yeah, the boys #1 had a gold foil that came out. I would say maybe 2 years ago, somewhere around there. And it's basically where it says the boys. It's a gold foil. There you go.
yeah, there came out a ton of foils, but yeah, the second print gold foil.
Yeah,
Yeah, there were so many variants that they just kept bringing out.
yeah, and surprisingly, they tend to do pretty well. And guys, I know some people consider well only being like 100% over cover price, but I mean, if a book is selling at double its cover price, you're already a winner, right? So
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, no, great show, great everything. It's funny. The TV show is so violent and so crazy, but it's like 1/10 of the comic book.
yeah, but I'm hearing, yes, you're spot on for that. Like, I remember, guys, I'm not even kidding. There was the free comic book day one that had dropped, and inside there's a pool scene, right, where there's a lot of stuff happening around that pool. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I will keep it PG-13 for tonight. But I was in a comic shop and free comic book day. I bring my kids because they get books, right? And lo and behold, doesn't my kid take the boys and open that page? I'm like, oh, geez.
No.
So yeah, he has no idea still to this day what he saw. Thank God. He'll learn eventually. But
It'll pop up
yeah,
10 years from now in therapy. Don't worry.
yeah. But like you said, comics as opposed to what we're getting on TV. TV's like really insane. Now I overheard through one of my group chats where apparently there's a scene within the last episode. I think it involves a sauna or whatever that they pushed boundaries. So I'm curious to see it now. Now I can't wait to watch it.
Dude, well, last season they pushed boundaries with the shrinking guy.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, so that's cool. That's gonna be fun. And then also some content characters confirmed, or actually, so there's casting news for G.I. Joe Transformers. So they got, I guess, a writer announced on it. It's going to be the same person who did Jurassic World and Detective Pikachu. Derek Conley is writing the script. But that's going to be a freaking cool concept. Like just G.I. Joe and Transformers, two nostalgic based brands coming to literally mashed up to be, all they need is like Ghostbusters and I don't know, Thundercats, and we'll be good.
So just run it through again. We have Chris Hemsworth who's going to be starring the project, right?
Right. So Chris Hemsworth is attached to it, and I don't know who he's playing, but
probably Optimus. I'm going to assume Optimus.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I think he's the voice of Optimus, but he also plays Duke. So he's playing a character and also the voice, right?
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. I think that's what Matt was saying last time I was talking to him about it.
Okay, that's interesting. So yes, Derek Connolly, Detective Pikachu. I mean, hey, I actually enjoyed it. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah, no, I have faith. I'm excited about it. The only thing is, I don't know if you had seen. Is it that trailer that they had shown? Oh yes, it is that one. That's the one I'm thinking. There was a trailer with Chris Hemsworth. He was playing Optimus. Look,
how does he sound? I haven't heard the voiceover. Does he sound like proper Optimus?
I'll be honest. It came off as weird. It just clicked. Which one you were talking about?
No.
I wasn't too blown away by it, but we'll see. I don't want to say maybe that it's just targeted towards kids. It doesn't. I wouldn't say it's just that, because obviously they want to come at us, right? They want to hit us with that nostalgia. Obviously, these are two big IP. Well, Transformers is a huge IP that we all want to go out to watch, but yeah, it fell flat. The trailer for me fell flat. I don't know how you guys feel, how you, John, in the chat feel. Let us know. But yeah.
How did you feel about Michael Bay's Transformers? Like all of his stuff?
I actually I enjoyed the first one. The first one was great. Especially when the Linkin Park kicks in, man. Who doesn't like when those theme songs kick in? But it obviously I felt like it lost its way. Second movie, third movie. I was just like, whatever. I forget which movie it was that Optimus died. Was it the third one?
Was it? I think it was. I think it was the third one.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways, regardless, I remember I was in the theater and I'm watching it, and Optimus died, and the guy next to me literally was like crying. He was like bawling, and I'm like, I was looking at him like, dude, no, not now. Like, I get it, but don't do this now. But
All right,
yeah,
it was me. Okay, I couldn't hold it in.
yeah, but no, it was. I enjoyed the Michael Bay stuff. I mean, obviously Megan Fox, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf lost his way after that, and hopefully he's doing well now. But I again, I enjoyed it. Obviously, people are going to say way too many explosions and so forth, but it's a guilty pleasure that I tend to go back to watch every now and then. The first one, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. We'll come back to Mr. Spidey guy more here, but yeah, it's funny. I when I watched it the first time, I was like, okay, you're just pandering. You got military, you got explosions, you got hot girls, you got funny character who's like the underdog. But and I was like, okay, so, But I was in a hotel room for like about a few months ago, and it came on, and I couldn't stop watching it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a guilty pleasure. You end up.
Really is. It really is.
You end up. It's like a moth to a flame, baby. It's like we tend to know deep down that it's not the best thing ever, and we have that. Let's call it the Nickelback of Transformers movies. Okay, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, no, I go back to watch the first one often. I really enjoy the first one. It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, for sure. This will be fun. I mean, now's the time, like with casting and everything like that. You know the movie's coming. You know stuff's moving with Chris Hemsworth and all these other people attached to it. Like,
yeah,
now's the time if you're going to start looking for these. Pick them up because they're just going to start going up. I mean, even with already casting, now is the demand is there. Matt has a scale that he always goes by, and it's always shifting. But like, if you can, buy your stuff on what you love and what's interesting to you. But as soon as casting, when the rumors start hitting, that's when you start buying. Casting is when everything goes up, and right before the movie is out, I believe he says you should sell. But we'll wait for Matt to come back to confirm that.
Look, meaning sell the book, right? Before the movie drops. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. But it depends. It depends on a couple of things. It's just that's like the typical kind of path, because then the interest starts dying down. But soon as this stuff starts happening, as soon as these announcements, that's why this bottom part of the Shaker report is always really interesting, because you're like, okay, what's kind of happening? What should I look out for? But that's the point when people start getting interested. People start talking. You might be able to still find a good deal on it. Might be able to find it. When did this come out? This is like relatively.
That you're talking about what, the news of the movie or the book?
The book. So that just came. Yeah, that just came out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. All the Scarlet stuff. So yeah, but we know there's content coming around that, and look, it's affordable. $4, $5.
Yeah. Well, guys, anything Energon universe. I'm not just saying it because everyone else is saying it and whatnot. Like, here, just in case you think I'm lying. Just read Cobra Commander, so yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. The Energon universe is great, has a lot of potential, and whether we get something related to the big screen cinema or not, I just encourage everybody to pick it up, especially if you are a fan, or you want to dip into some G.I. Joe stuff or Transformer stuff. You don't even have to have full knowledge as to what has happened prior. Obviously, the hardcore fans will get those references. They'll understand or maybe question certain things that are happening within the book, like, oh, why is Cobra Commander, communicating with this person, or why is this happening, and blah blah. That's fine. But even as a new reader, I think getting on board with start with Void Rivals and just get on all of that. Void Rivals, Transformers, Scarlet, you got Duke, Cobra Commander. This is a good time to be a G.I. Joe fan and a Transformers fan within comics. It's really good.
and I love how they're bringing it all in with their little kind of mini stories coming together, giving them backstory. It was funny. When Matt was like saying that in Void Rivals they introduced Transformers.
Yeah,
I didn't understand what they were doing with the whole universe, and I thought they were calling Transformers Void Rivals moving forward. Yeah. And so I read the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, he just appears at the end. Oh, okay, whatever. But it was such a good story. It's so much fun, you know. So I totally agree. Like, I need to pick up all the other stuff in that universe because.
Do you remember that Void Rivals won the 1/100 the way it exploded?
Oh my god, yeah. That was insane. I saw that at my local comic shop, and I was gonna buy it. Like, he had it on the wall for like undervalue, and I was like, I don't know. And then no, it's stupid. It looks like I think Matt's watching, and Matt said, no, the Transformers films had little comic book traction. The Energon Skybound series is doing fine without it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. By the way, Matt is on vacation right now, so he'll be back next week. But yeah,
tuning in from Bora Bora.
Yeah, it's an international man of mystery. And then some Adventure Time. There's going to be more series. I think they had 3 more projects happening with Adventure Time. Yeah. I don't know. Did you ever watch that? Did you ever get into that?
So I never got into it. I have a good friend of mine who is like obsessed with it. Like, he works at a garage, he's a mechanic, and every time I go there, there's a bunch of like Adventure Time stickers over everywhere. I'm like, Jesus, like, you're obsessed, dude. Did I ever get into it? No, man. But I know a lot of people are diehard. Some again might be guilty pleasure, or some are just, like I said, diehard fans. But yeah, I wasn't big on it. I don't know if you were.
No, I saw the TV show a couple times, and then like it's that classic like made for kids but has adult themes, you know, kind of thing, and that's always fun to watch. Matt's saying that the variant for this one's very undervalued. I like how Matt's on the show, even though he's not on the show. But yeah, you know, I love that kind of stuff. I love it when they do, you know, they kind of hide it in like a child kind of feeling, and then it's all like there's innuendos and adult jokes and like little situational stuff, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, no, absolutely. For myself, it's the art, right? The art has always been fun when it comes to Adventure Time. Again, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan, but like the art itself is interesting. You know, and you can. I think what's neat about such titles is that you can distinguish, like, just by seeing the art, you know exactly what's taking place, like who's the creator behind it. Like, remember what, you know, we got Futurama. We knew this was totally, how do you say that? A branch of The Simpsons, right? Like, where did it come from? And I remember when Futurama first dropped, I was like, okay, it's Matt Groening, right? So when I was younger, I didn't entirely understand who was behind certain things, right? But yeah, for myself, Adventure Time, like, you can see the art and you're like, yeah, okay, you know right away, Adventure Time, take away the title.
It's so perfect. Character development, good branding, good, like, they stand out. You will see them forever. And the fact that they have 3 new projects starting with them, I mean, they're not going anywhere. Their popularity is just exploding. This would be like kind of like Sonic, you know, in a sense, where it's like I think that same type of collector who's like likes that kind of visual design, the art form of it.
Yeah, Sonic is a rabbit hole. The more I'm looking at Sonic books, my God, like, especially you want first appearances of certain characters, right? I know on the Shakers list, I believe it was last week, you guys had the Mecha Sonic, Metal Sonic, and that is a wonderful character, especially now the toys. You see them pumping this character a lot, and then you fall into the rabbit hole of the ratio incentives, right? The 1 in 10, those Food Drain covers. So it's such a rabbit hole. There's so many good books to pick up Sonic wise.
Yeah. All right, and then finally, also some interesting news. So I guess, you know, with Blue Beetle, I don't know if you saw that the movie. I didn't see it because I was completely overwhelmed, and DC was kind of like doing stuff where it's just kind of boring to me. But I guess they announced that they're going to do a DCU, an animated short film, or just an animated sequel to the film. And I always love when, I don't know if it's Warner Brothers or whatever, but the animated stuff is from DC is fantastic. Like, it's so good.
Of course.
You know? Which is crazy to me that they can make a great animated film, but they can't make a movie. Now maybe with, was James Gunn taken over. Yeah.
Yeah. John, shots fired, man. You shot right there. But
that's where I stand.
but yeah, no. Look, I agree with you. Animated wise, of course, they knock it out of the park. Now I know a lot of people are like, yeah, but DC owns Marvel when it comes to animated. Sure, but for me, what really reeled me into this hobby as a whole is Spider-Man 90s animated cartoon, right? So that right there is the ultimate winner at all times for me. Then we got X-Men 97, but DC's animation absolutely is incredible. I could watch it over and over. So yeah, I'll slightly agree. DC is better. But we got this. We also got Watchmen news. I don't know if you saw the trailer.
Oh no, I didn't. Whoa, what? No, I didn't even hear that at all. What's going on?
There's a 2-part animated for Watchmen, so that's why. Like, I'm just bringing it up now that you're talking. We are talking about the animated stuff when it comes to DC. So, DC is incredible again when it comes to animated stuff. So yeah, I'm pumped about that.
Oh, that's cool. Do you know the story? I mean, because they did the HBO series from Watchmen, and then that animated film could be really cool because within the Watchmen they had a whole animated thing. There was a whole comic book story within the comic book, which was awesome.
Yeah. So again, it's gonna be a 2-part. The first trailer dropped. I don't know if you saw it. I think part 1, yeah, it's set for, I'm just reading it now. It says August 13, 2024 release date. And then we have the second part coming in 2025. So, yeah, if you guys missed it, I encourage everybody to go watch it. It looks great. It looks great. The animation, there were parts of the animation where I was looking at it and it kind of reminded me of the Marvel What If, but with a DC feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I totally agree with Jonathan that, like, the animated stuff, I like it more than real life. And a lot of stuff, they just can do so much more. They can develop a character. It's just like, I mean, maybe it's because we're comic book fans. Maybe that's why we really gravitate towards it, but it's fantastic.
Yeah.
When done right, it's so good.
That's the thing, is they can push boundaries. They can have fun. We don't need to make sense of, a recasting like Kang, right?
Yeah, and then the actors make choices and stuff like. But when you animate something, the artist controls all of that, and there's continuity across the whole thing. I don't know if you've seen it, but on Netflix they just launched an animated series called Scavenger's Reign.
I did see. I didn't watch it.
What did you think about that?
Oh, you didn't watch it? I didn't watch. No, I saw that it's there.
Gerlando, I'm going to totally say it, the best sci-fi I have seen in so long. It is done so well. It was like you're on acid watching it. The whole thing, they land on this planet, and it is just the trippiest, weirdest thing. If anyone gets a chance to watch that, like, that would be my recommendation for the weekends. Binge it this weekend. You won't be able to put it down.
That The Boys.
Oh yeah,
I have a busy one this weekend.
Yeah, you're not gonna leave the house, and
Acolytes, I guess we could put on the back burner moving forward. I think that's how everybody feels.
I'm gonna give it one more. One more.
Fair.
Come back. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I just like Star Wars. I just love the whole thing, but I don't. Yeah, the whole new direction and stuff, like after with the whole Kylo Ren stuff and Ren stuff. It's just my nephew is now getting into it, and it's so cool to see him like fall in love with the characters. And they're doing it right. They're going in order, like the way it came out order. But he's just obsessed with it. And to see that, and I know for his generation will probably love everything that's coming out now. And I do too. I like the lore, but like I don't know. There's some choices that I'm like, come on now. But still fun. We are about out of time, and we need to do this giveaway.
Let's do it, John.
All
now,
right.
we got to make sure that everybody here in the chat pays attention, because yes, subscribing and liking is one of the more important things right now, guys. Let's show some love. Let's get CovrPrice continuing to grow, because they're doing great things for the community, not just on YouTube, guys, but also with, the CovrPrice website, putting out some great information. But John, there's a certain hashtag we got to use for this giveaway.
Yes, there is. And if you want to win Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, the Virgin variant, which Matt is kindly letting go of, you need to put in this hashtag falling. And we will then do the giveaway. You have a really good chance of winning I don't think we. Let's see. I don't know how many people are in here, but it's always good when you watch the live stream and you're on it. We're going to give away a cool comic book every single week. Some weeks will be better than others. This one I think is really cool. It's a good story, and I think this is definitely one to watch. So be sure to enter type hashtag falling into the comments, and we will get that growing.
I'm giggling just because I see Matt. Like all I see is a ton of hashtag falling, and then I just see Matt with the hashtag acolyte forever. So good times. That's it. There you go. Everybody's got the hashtags coming in. So we're at 50 people watching right now. So guys, there should be no reason for us to have anything below 50 with people entering this. So let's see.
When in your life do you get to enter a contest with 50 people? Like it's always like thousands and like, it's just like a Hail Mary kind of throw, but 50 people, you have a good shot.
Yeah, exactly. A great shot. And of course, not just that, you have it at a shot at one of probably the best cover. Actually, it's up there. I'm going to put it as a tie with the cover A because I actually really, really liked the cover A for the book. I don't know if you saw it.
Let's go to it. Here, I'll find it real quick.
But guys, there's I think the book came in because this was on the top 10. Was it number 5 or number?
It was
somewhere there. It was in the top 5 or 6, 7, somewhere there. I remember.
Yeah, it's number 6. Number 6 in the top 10. So it's heating up, getting popular.
And it was a trade, right?
Let me show here. Let me bring this up. Yeah, so it was. You had this is the like regular cover.
Yeah,
was this guy? Which, by the way, what a cool like homage to the old like sci-fi posters. This is like that classic kind of like villain in the background.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys, 58 viewers. Let's get everybody in. But so when I saw the cover, I was like, man, it has such Star Wars vibes. And then when I read the description, right, what the book is going to be about, I was like, what? This is totally complete opposite.
What I didn't realize, and it's maybe I'm just stupid, but like I didn't realize in real life, like the Wild West in America with gunslingers and cowboys was the same time to some extent as like, well, wait, maybe not. Maybe I'm being stupid, but with samurai and whatnot, because that's the whole idea, right? Where these two samurai and a gunslinger die and they come together. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, now I'm thinking about it. I wonder. I should probably fact check that before I say more stuff.
You should definitely check it out, man. I'm telling you. I know you haven't had the opportunity to read it. It was a good read. Like I'm on board. I'm gonna read the second one. There's the second print I was talking about, the red one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I believe that's passing FOC now. So you might want to keep an eye out for that one.
That's cool. I love
that. You know what? I'll actually tell you, since we have everybody entering the hashtags. I think we have a few seconds left to get those in, right, John?
Yeah, and also I just want to call out, like, whenever something's like not released yet on CovrPrice, if it has a future date, you can go to the series and see this little pre-release banner. So if you go down to this, you'll see like the next few comics coming out, and just let you know that these are the ones to look out for.
Yeah, so second print is on FOC as we speak right now, and issue number 2 is also on FOC, which I'll talk about on my Sunday show, but we'll get to that.
36 people. Why doesn't anyone want to enter? This is the most important. I don't know. It's not the most important thing, but now's your chance. If you haven't entered the hashtag fall, you will not be entered, and we're going to do this.
Hold on. Is it hashtag fall or hashtag falling?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hashtag fall. I apologize. Oh my God. Did I say falling? I did put falling.
But it's okay, because we could either move forward with hashtag fall, or we can just go back and you can recount the like you could change it to falling and then it'll calculate fall.
Well, let's let everyone put in hashtag fall. Gerlando, you have an eye for detail. I appreciate it. You know what happened? I had it set up and then I had to restart my computer and I had to relaunch it and I forgot what I had typed. So type in hashtag fall. There you go.
Matt again is winning with the hashtags. Hashtag fail. Yeah, he put hashtag. Yeah, it's fall, guys. Fall.
Yeah, Matt is making fun of me from a distance. Great job.
I love it. While he's on the beach in Bora Bora.
Yeah, you jerk.
But yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, be sure to, I apologize, type in hashtag fall, not falling.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
It's good because now we got 60 viewers. So let's see how many entries we're going to get.
Yeah. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Again, it's going to notify you if you hit that little bell of all the shows that we're doing. And if you like the content, if you like, the idea of, if you like tracking what's happening in the comic book aftermarkets and in the industry and stuff like that, that's all the stuff we talk about. So be sure to like and follow. We really appreciate it. Let's see. All right. We're getting up there, 39. All right, give it another maybe 15 seconds. If you're listening, hashtag fall if you haven't already. If you do win, or when you do win, that lucky person out there, someone will win. Be sure, there's a couple ways to reach out to us. Reach out to us on Instagram. Direct message us so we know you're attached to your, I'm going to write down your tag here and just let us know. Yeah. Or you can just reach out to me directly at john@covrprice.com and just remind me, and we'll get this mailed out to you as soon as we can. All right. Yeah, 2 giveaways tonight. One with falling and one with fall. No, just fall. All right. Give 10 more seconds and then we're doing this.
Oh, I see some coming in.
Case sensitive? Nope.
No, it's not usually case sensitive. If you want to take a safer bet, go ahead. Maybe just redo it. I'll find something. Seriously, Matt's saying run, fall, and also run falling afterwards. If that's the case, I don't mind.
No, I mean, I don't think the other one is capturing if it's not already, like, this is just generated for this one. So the other ones are just like fun hashtags for no reason. No, great. Jordan, it's fall, not falling. Just FYI. Type in, failing. Okay. I didn't see the eyes. Okay. You're a jerk too. Jerks, all of you. All right, here we go. Good luck. Let's see who wins.
All right. We gotta get the drum roll, man. There it is. And the winner
is Brian Bowman.
Good. That's awesome. Congrats, Brian.
Yeah, good job. You get confetti and all this fun stuff going on. Please reach out to us at either our Instagram channel, and I wrote down your name, or reach out to me at john@covrprice.com, and we will get that prize sent out to you. Yes. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for us. Jolando, any last final words before you start your beautiful weekend?
Well, of course, to all the awesome fathers showing up, being dads this weekend, happy Father's Day to you. I hope you guys all get spoiled with, of course, comics, guys. And, of course, thank you for hanging out with us tonight, because every Friday, 8:30, is the best place right here to get covered. There you go.
Boom. That's a damn good ending. I can't even follow that. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching, and keep it covered. Sounds like a condom commercial. I take it back. We're in on that. Bye, everyone.